been wondering, who is the coolest star that's ever been on television?
And where is he now?
Well, we found him over in Hollywood, of course.
He had slick-back hair.
He rode a motorbike, he wore blue jeans and a white T-shirt.
Plus a very famous leather jacket.
And he had one unforgettably cool expression.
Hey! His full name was Arthur Herbert Fonzarelli, but only one person could call him Arthur.
Good luck, Arthur.
Hey, thanks, Mrs. C.
We all knew him as the Fonz. Fonzie was a tough guy with a heart of gold. Girls were crazy about him. From 1974 to 1984, the Fonz made Happy Days one of the most loved shows on TV.
I tell you, the Fonzie's work is never done.
Before he was the Fonz, Henry Winkler was a theatre actor who thought he was already washed up.
3 weeks in, I said to the director, "Oh, I've got something to talk to you about." He said, "I do too." I said, "I solved the problem of the monologue in the third act." He said, "You're fired."
Next step, Hollywood, but not quite the big time.
I rented a room from two women who lived in a house on Beechwood Canyon, which Beechwood Canyon is pretty much below the Hollywood sign. One was a belly dancer and the other worked for an underground newspaper. They had cats. Those cats were bald. All of their hair was on my clothing. I hate cats.
Well, I'm worried.
Even his role with Happy Days didn't look promising.
Is there any more? Because I had like 6 lines. But there are no small parts. There are only small actors.
Well, this actor created a part that was bigger than the show. Happy Days went to #1 in the ratings, and the Fonz became an icon.
You know what? The Fonz was my alter ego. He was everything that I wasn't, that I wanted to be.
You ain't out of my hand, dog.
And he had this magical quality, you know? I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I have wanted to hit the side of an apartment building and have all the lights go on. That would be great.
And what about that classic click of the fingers?
Girls!
If only that worked in real life.
Just go upstairs now and try to flick your fingers at my wife. You will come down bloody.
Hey, observe. Whoa.
You know, there was a scene where they wanted me to sit around the Cunningham table and say grace. And they had me say, you know, "God, listen, thanks so much for the veggies and the things in the boom and the bim." And I said the Fonz would go, "Hey, God, whoa."
Hey.
Alongside the walls and the haze was the jacket.
The very first jacket was cloth. Because ABC thought I would be associated with crime.
The leather jacket became so famous, it's now in the Smithsonian Institute. Life after Happy Days has been good for Henry. He got into producing and directing and even played another classic character in the comedy series Arrested Development, the fumbling lawyer Barry Zuckerkorn.
What are we doing here? What's the plan?
The plan? You're our lawyer.
It's a figure of speech.
Henry's new thing is writing children's books.
Then she started hopping around the room like a kangaroo with her feet on fire.
They're based on his own childhood struggles with dyslexia.
Outside of my family, I don't know if I'm prouder of anything. Because the letters that I get from children are extraordinary.
But Henry Winkler will always have a soft spot for the guy that made him famous.
I've had an extraordinary life because I got to play the Fonz. It was a funny, funny show that holds up today. What I found amazing was that our audience started at 3. Kids 3 years old understood, somehow got the Fonz. And it went all the way to the grandparents.
These happy days are yours and